Last week on Focus, I discussed RMU sports with Nate Breisinger, and we debated on who had the better podcast, which was neither. Colby sat down with Celine of the College Republicans. We also reacted to a piece of Where's the News podcast, which is out now on Podbeam, and it was with Rick Seaback, a TV director for WQED, and Colby and I talked about what's going on around Pittsburgh and RMU. So before we get started with this week's show, let's talk about what happened last week on campus of RMU. Last Tuesday, the Italian club hosted a second bocce ball tournament in the semester. Gift cards and other prizes were available to the winners, as well as snacks to all the participants. The Center for Student Success and Act 101 hosted a workshop on employment letters. The workshop went over the basis of cover letters, and students learned when to use them, the different parts, layout options, and other types of employment letters used when securing employment. On Thursday, the Massey Center for Entrepreneurship and Innovation hosted a brand new Massey meetup. The purpose of the event was to receive useful tips and guidance about developing entrepreneurship or innovative idea. It was used to connect student and entrepreneurs and student innovators to each other.
Last week in Pittsburgh, the United Art Show showed art from artists from Europe. People got to see art from Northern Ireland, Belgium, and Russia, and so many cool glass figurines. The Carnegie Science Center continued their Mummies of the World exhibit. Due to high demand, it was brought back last week and will continue to run into this and next week. People got to see 125 real mummies and artifacts from across the globe. And the Gateway Clipper ran tours across Pittsburgh. People saw all the sights and sounds of the Steel City that had to offer, all from the three famous rivers. If you missed out on it, the tours are still running. Now joining me is sports analyst Nick Hedrick to talk the latest RMU sports. Nick, thanks for coming on.
No problem, Colby. That mummy stuff kind of scared me a bit, though. I'm a bit skittish right now being here.
So, Robert Morris has gone into new conferences for football and basketball and all the other sports, actually. So with the new conferences, what are you looking forward to the most?
I'm looking forward to new games, new rivalries being born. It's always fun to see rivalry games. I probably won't be here, I would hope, since I'm a senior a couple years down the line when these rivalries are really taking form. But obviously there's new opportunity, new places to go, cover games. So definitely a lot to look forward to in the coming years for you guys and anyone that comes after you, I guess, to see these new Horizon League and Big South matchups.
So you said new rivals based on the new conferences. So my next question is, who is going to be the new rivals for Robert Morris?
That's very tough, and I don't know if I can actually give you a very solid answer to that question. I know Duquesne's obviously not in this conference, so I like that was a really good rivalry there. Really close proximity to Pittsburgh, obviously, being that we're in Pittsburgh, the outskirts. So I don't know. It's tough geographically to look. I don't know if I even have a really good guess. I'd like Detroit Mercy to be a rival. I don't know. They're just a cool team. I like their logo the best, to be honest. So they're a team that I'd like to see them be rivals with. But, yeah, it's going to be a tough call, and I can't just go out here and predict things like that because I never lie. So I wouldn't lie to you, Colby. Come on now.
Thank you for that. So the basketball season, the first practice was yesterday. So how are you feeling on the new basketball schedule due to COVID-19?
There's a lot of conference games, and those are really gritty games. As we saw last year, well, you weren't here, never mind, unless you were a big fan of Watch from high school.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, of course. I mean, their conference games are really gritty. We know they're playing everyone in their conference twice, I believe was the most recent announcement. So those are obviously going to be very hard-fought games, and you're jumping right into conference games in a new conference, so you're not going to have a lot of time to feel out, how your team's well-oiled or not, for lack of a better term. So should be some really exciting basketball, and RMU's going to get right into the thick of things right away.
Speaking of the Horizon League, for the men's and women's basketball teams, who do you think is going to have the biggest year this year?
Players or team-wise? Which
players.
team will be? Players? AJ Brahma, we saw him in that championship game for the NEC championship just dominate. He's going to be phenomenal again, I think. You see videos of him working out and stuff in the UPMC Event Center. Kid's a machine. Kid, we're the same age. I probably shouldn't be calling people the same age as me, kids. And then Dante Tracy's another one, just a fantastic leader on that team. For the women's team, I think we're going to see some really interesting lineups because they used to rely on, the taller people down low like Neka Azebo and Rekmatan Azimamadou down low. They're going to have to rely on a lot of shooters this year, so I think like Isabella Posset and them, Laura Carrasco, who was mostly a bench player last year, kind of utility, Natalie Villaflor. I think all of them are probably going to get some new opportunities to try to maybe make this a perimeter shooting team instead of a work it down on the inside in the paint and the post kind of team.
So we're going to transition a little bit to professional football for the Steelers.
Oh, boy.
Do you think they're contenders? They are 4-0, but their opponents haven't been that good to start out.
Listen, I might be from Erie, and I get blood work done every month. And every month they tell me, why is your blood black and gold? That's not healthy. It's because the power of Steeler Nation is pulsating through my veins. And until I'm proven otherwise, the Steelers are always going to win the Super Bowl.
Right.
I don't care what the combined records of the teams they beat are, Colby. They're 4-0. That's all that matters. They're Super Bowl contenders. And until something proves otherwise, that's what my argument's going to be on that one.
All right, I got one last question for you.
Make it a good one.
What do you think about the new AHA schedule?
I think it's good, and it starts on my birthday. Thank you for noticing.
Happy birthday.
November 13th is when it might start. I love college hockey. I've enjoyed going to games as a fan and covering them for Century Media and Colonial Sports Network. And so I think that's a really good first sport to be back, since that kind of will jump basketball, assuming they do start when they plan on starting. So I think there's going to be some really fun games there, and I can't wait to see some finally college sports action live and up close.
All right, Nick, thank you for joining me.
Thanks for having me.
So we're going to tease CSN. If you're a passionate Colonial sports fan, make sure to check out CSN. The writers and the editors are working very hard to get out new content for you, with the football team joining the Big South and the basketball team joining the Horizon League. So, Ethan, it is halfway through the semester here at Robert Morris for our freshman year. We both are freshmen. So how are you feeling about being a freshman here at Robert Morris?
I mean, coming into the year, COVID and everything that was going on, I was kind of nervous going into it with the virtual rotation and all that, but it's turned out to be a very good semester. I have a lot of great professors, a lot of great classes. Schedule hasn't been too hectic. So yeah, how's your first semester going?
I do agree with you. The virtual rotation is kind of difficult to get used to. I know I've forgotten a couple assignments a few times, but I've really enjoyed it. Obviously, making a lot of friends. Sanctuary Media was a very good choice. I'm here making friends. You were saying that the Grill on Nicholson is now closed. How are you feeling about that?
Yes, so for some, it might be very sad news. Yes, the Grill on Nicholson is closed as the weather is starting to turn. I've had some very fond memories at the Nicholson Grill. One of them was the hot dog with mac and cheese on it. Brought back memories of me going to PNC Park a couple years ago, getting a hot dog with mac and cheese on it. Very great. Also, the steak that I had there one time was very good. Also, the Skype Grab and Go is also Scaife Grab and Go, is now closed for the rest of the semester as well. But don't worry, if you are looking for more options, you can grab everything at the PNC Cafe or the PNC Grab and Go, as well as the dining service has hinted at many different pop-up shop opportunities and pop-up events as well. So the spring semester, there was an email sent out by the president, Dr. Chris Howard. The eight-week courses will start on Monday, January 11th, All 15-week courses will start on the 14th, on Thursday the 14th. It will be a shortened spring break from your normal week. It will now just be Friday, March 4th and 5th. The final exams will be conducted remotely from April 27th to April 30th, so kind of what you're seeing right now at the end of the first semester. And the commencement ceremonies, graduation is on Friday, May 7th, and then the undergraduate ceremony is on Saturday, May 8th.
To get even more RMU-TV related content, be sure to follow up with our other shows for the latest on arts and entertainment. You can watch RMU Extra, Mondays at 7. Have a laugh with an SNL-like show featuring your favorite RMU students, Wednesdays at 5 for RMU Live, or check out Colonial Sports Center Thursdays at 9:30 on Fridays. Be sure to stay up on all things around campus by tuning into this show, RMU Focus, at 1. It was CSC. When we come back, Ethan will be sitting down with Jeff Remark. Don't go anywhere. Remark.
Chance high five. All right. When you adopt a shelter pet, you discover all the things that make them unique. And your mother and... I am totally a hot person. Right, guys? Thanks for being honest. They're a little bit of a lot of things, but they're all pure love. Adopt pure love at theshelterpetproject.org.
Multiple studies have shown that marijuana can slow both driver reaction and response time, which can be really dangerous. He's here. He's here. Wait. What? I can't drive. Why? I'm high. Oh.
Stand is precise, no margin for error.
Dare to forget that. Dare to have fun with it. Get weird with it. Dare to send those old STEM theories flying past the neighbor's house into outer space. Dare to program something internet-breaking, record-breaking. Dare to blow their minds. Dare to learn the difference between sedimentary and metamorphic rock. Go find those rocks. Dare to keep daring. Dare to STEM. Check out She Can STEM to get started.
Welcome back to RMU Focus. Ethan has a great interview for us. Ethan, what's up?
Thank you, Colby. I'm here with sophomore marketing major Jeff Remark. Jeff, how are you doing today? Thank you for coming on.
Good, how are you? Thanks for having me.
Yep. So Jeff, can you tell me a little bit what the American Marketing Association is?
Right, so the American Marketing Association is an organization on campus. We're sitting at about 75-ish members, and we're primarily focused on the marketing industry and getting in contact with professionals, having them come in, doing workshops with us, and just really setting ourselves apart from the rest of the pack, because marketing is a very competitive industry. But it's not just for marketing majors only, because everyone's a marketer. When you're in an interview, you're selling yourself and marketing yourself, so you learn some very important skills that can relate to any major or any job that you're looking into.
Can I ask, why did you join the AMA?
I joined AMA because I've heard so many great things. When I first came to RMU on a tour, I spoke with Dean Manna, and he told everyone there, he said, if you're a marketing major, the best thing you can do is get yourself involved in AMA immediately. And so I did, and I've made tremendous amount of great connections that I talk to all the time. They're very knowledgeable. I've had a lot of great experiences working on projects, and it's just been great all around.
So you were named Member of the Month, so congratulations on that.
Thank you.
Can you tell me what went into gaining that honor?
Right, so right now I'm the Director of Professional Development, and so I've been reaching out to different speakers, getting them to come to our conference, just a bunch of things like that. I've been working on the case competition with Pods, the self-storage and moving company, and just keeping myself busy, keeping myself involved, and I think that's why I got it.
What are some of the opportunities that you could have if you were to join AMA?
If you were to join AMA, there are many different committees. We have a community outreach committee. We have a competitive team, which I'm on. That is the case competition. You can go to so many different events. There's regional conferences, weekly meetings where we have guests, just so many opportunities.
Can you tell me a little bit about the case competition?
Right, so the case competition, so every year there's a partner. This year it is Pods, the self-storage and moving company. And this year, one of the goals is you want to figure out a way for Pods to market to Gen Z and millennials. So right now, we're still in the beginning processes, but we're laying out a plan of how we can achieve that. How can we get kids like our age to recognize Pods and use their services in the future?
So I see that Charlie Batch is going to be a regional speaker actually at tomorrow's regional conference. So what are your thoughts on that? Are you excited about it?
Absolutely, yeah. He'll be a great guest. We always have great guests, and he's just added to the list. That's why, as the Director of Professional Development, I have a lot of big shoes to fill, getting in these great speakers, and he'll be another great one.
Can you tell me a little bit about the inaugural regional conference in Pittsburgh that's coming up on November 2nd?
Yeah, so that is going to be another great event. If you go to that, you are sure to make a lot of great connections, meet a lot of great people, meet a lot of great college students like ourselves, you know. Meeting them now, you can work on, I believe there will be case competitions there actually too, so you could gain some experience there as well.
How important are those connections going into the marketing industry?
As a man once told me, he said, your network is your net worth. You know, that is how you are going to make your way. Like I said earlier, marketing is a very competitive industry, and so you want to get to know these people now, take their advice, learn from their experiences, because I'm sure they'll love to help you. I believe that there's a lot of great people in this industry who will help you more than people who won't bother to help you.
Why should someone join AMA?
Someone should join AMA because, I mean, all the opportunities that are available, and again, all the connections that you can make. And it's not just about marketing, you know. Like I said earlier, you have to sell yourself in an interview, and learning these skills is something that you can take across any job, any career path that you want.
Okay, and then how could one go about joining the American Marketing Association?
Well, I mean, we have a lot of great officers that you could reach out to. Myself, I'm sure you'll see me on campus. Feel free to stop by, say hello, introduce yourself. We have a website, RMUAMA.com, I believe. Social media, RMUAMA, any way like that. Joe Kerp, Dean Manna, I'm sure they'd love to help you out as well.
Well, Jeff, I want to thank you for coming on and talking a little bit about the American Marketing Association. Colby, back to you.
Thank you, Ethan and Jeff, for a really great interview. For the latest news, arts, and entertainments and sports going around on RMU, make sure to check out RMU Sanctuary Media on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram to stay up to date on all things happening around campus. You can check out the website at rmusanctuarymedia.com. When we come back, I will be having an interview. Stick with us.
If you need to do something to feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive. Don't drive buzzed.
Maybe you can make retirement happen. After all, you made her college years happen. Opening that education savings account when she was little. Spearheading a campus tour. And another, and another, and another, and another. Bam! Deciphering financial aid. She was like, what? Well, now she's like, you aced planning for college. Now get the tips you need to get on track at aceyourretirement.org.
Jason, let's go see your room.
Things could be stranger, but I don't know how. I'm going through changes now. Could spend a lifetime trying to figure it out. I'm going through changes, through all of the strangeness. I'm going through changes now.
Welcome back to RMU Focus. Earlier on, we talked about what happened last week around the RMU campus and around Pittsburgh. I sat down with Jeffrey Mark to talk about the American Market Association. We have so much work coming up later in the show. Colby Sherwin is now sitting down with Maya Orlov to talk about the Fall Festival. Colby, take it away.
I'm here with Maya Orlov to talk about the Fall Festival on campus. Maya, thanks for joining me.
Absolutely.
So what is your role in the Fall Festival?
My role is just to attend and help set up and take down. However, there's going to be a lot more people from the Res Life office coming together to have the event actually happen.
So what is going on with the Fall Festival?
So it's everything you can imagine with fall. Essentially, we're going to have canvas painting, we're going to have spray paint and normal paint. We're also going to have apple cider, we're going to have caramel apples, there's going to be games such as cornhole, guess the amount of candy there is in a jar, and there's also going to be giveaways. There's also going to be a piñata, which I'm very, very excited about. Take out all the anger on that piñata.
What's your favorite event that is going on today, or at the Fall Festival?
I think the piñata. A tie between the piñata and the apple cider, because warm apple cider, incredible. Love it.
So you did mention like the apple cider. Is there anything else like food-wise you can get at the Fall Festival?
There's going to be several different types of candy as well as apple, or what are they called? Caramel apples, which I'm also very excited about.
So why did Res Life decide to do a Fall Festival?
I think it's mainly just to be able to get more engagement on campus and really be able to get kids out of their rooms. During this time, people are so uncertain about attending events, but with it being outside, with it being social distance, I feel like it makes it very plausible.
How important do you think it is to get people out of their room and like having fun on campus?
It's so tremendously important, especially during this time. It's about to get into the cold weather. Everyone's going to have the seasonal depression coming in. So now is the time that we need to get out and connect with our friends, connect with others that we don't even know. So I feel like this event is going to be a great opportunity for that.
Does Res Life have any future plans to get people out of their dorms coming up?
Absolutely. There's not specific ones set in detail right now, but there are several in the works, and CAs are working very hard to make their own large-scale events as well.
So where can people go to stay up to date on everything that's going on Res Life-wise?
Revolution. Revolution is the best place to go, especially now that we have the social distancing guidelines with 25 outside, or 25 inside and 50 people outside. It's really important that you RSVP so that we know our head count and then we can plan properly.
Are there any upcoming events that are noticeable coming up from Res Life?
Not that I can think of off of the top of my head. However, one big event that is going to be happening in Yorktown soon is Haunted Yorktown, which will be happening on October 28th. So if you'd like to come, either just to come get scared, or if you want to get some volunteer hours, you can do makeup on people and get volunteer hours. You can help set up and get volunteer hours, and you can also act as one of the scaring people to get more volunteer hours.
So what is your favorite part of fall?
My favorite part of fall, I think the apple cider. Absolutely, as well as the crunching leaves.
So the last this is your last question. Is there anything you want to shout out?
Revolution, guys, revolution, because I feel like a lot of people don't realize how many events are actually happening and going on, but once you sign up and go on there, you'll see all the events. You can RSVP for as many as you want, and it's a great way to get involved on campus.
All right, Maya, thank you for joining me.
Absolutely.
Ethan, back to you.
Thank you, Colby. Can't get enough of hearing Colby and I speak all the time? Then check out RMU Radio. You can find unpopular shows such as Crunch Time, hosted by Colby and I, Baldwin and the Berg featuring, you guessed it, the mayor of Baldwin and our producer Austin Bechtold. And Where's the News? You can listen to RMU Radio by downloading the Radio FX app on your smartphone or other devices to support the student-run media here at Robert Morris. If you can't catch the live shows, download the Podbeam app to listen to the podcast version of the show. Coming up after the break, we will be talking about what's coming up this week in RMU and Pittsburgh, and we are giving our places to be, and Colby and I are going to share our fall plans. So we'll be right back after this short break.
Doesn't see race. Love is love.
What are you doing in there? What's that?
I wouldn't do that. What are you doing? What are you looking for?
prepared is your family if a hurricane shows up at your doorstep, or a flood, or a blizzard? You can't just turn away a natural disaster. That's why it's important to go to ready.gov/plan now. It has the tools and tips you need to make an emergency plan with your family. So if disaster comes knocking,
Let's go.
you'll be ready to help keep your family safe.
It's just a pizza.
Yes.
Make a plan today.
Welcome back to RMU Focus. So we've been talking a lot about fall, so me and Ethan are going to give our favorite things about fall. And so mine is always, I love football. I love getting out playing it with my friends or just watching it. Ethan, what about you?
I just like, it's the change of the seasons. It's like the middle between, you got your summer, end of summer, winter. I love the fall temperature. It's moderate, nice sweatshirt weather. Thanksgiving's also in the fall season. So all that food, football, so much more.
I do love wearing sweatshirts. That's one of my favorite things about that. So what, do you have any plans for fall?
As of right now, no, but we have our group. We haven't done anything fall related, so I think we might need to go to a pumpkin patch and pick some pumpkins with all of us. That would be a ton of fun. So I think if we can do some more fall things, we can get into a festive mood.
A pumpkin patch would be interesting, but my only issue is where are we putting a pumpkin in our dorm? They're pretty small.
Hey, we'll find a spot, Colby.
We'll find a spot.
How about do you like haunted houses at all?
I do a haunted house. I mean, I get scared easily, but that's up to you.
Okay. Well, moving on from that, let's talk about my what to watch. Live from New York, it is Saturday night. Yes, for the third straight week, there will be a new episode of Saturday Night Live. This week's star of HBO's comedy drama series, Insecure, Issa Rae will host the show while Justin Bieber will be the musical guest. What I'm most excited for is the possible political sketches with Alec Baldwin as Donald Trump and Jim Carrey playing Joe Biden. The new episode airs at 11:30 Saturday night. So this week in Pittsburgh, Shopopoly is happening in downtown Pittsburgh on Saturday from 11 to 4 p.m. You can pop into the shops that you know and love, and you could win around over $6,000 in prizes. Prizes will be awarded by a drawing taking place on Wednesday, October 21st, with the winners contacted the following day. There is also a Halloween drive-in movie series at South Park Ice Rink parking lot. The gates will open around 5:30 p.m. and the show will start at dusk. The movie that is showing on Friday is Hocus Pocus, and on Saturday, Nightmare Before Christmas. Also, Bay 41 is at the Foundry is hosting the first ever Asian barbecue event. This event is led by Roger Lee of Parlor Dim Sum. It is the first of its kind, featuring local and out-of-town chefs to showcase their style of Asian barbecue. There will be a limited amount of tickets available per time slot due to the COVID-19 guidelines, and the event is on Sunday, October 18th from 1 to 6 p.m.
This week at RMU, Res Life will be holding a fall festival. We've been talking about it all show. Enjoy the fall day with free food, games, and giveaways. Don't miss out on the warm apple cider, donuts, and the fun. It all starts at 1. The TSC will also be hosting their 48-hour gaming marathon. It will be for charity. Students can compete in tournaments of their game of choice, meet new faces, and do some good too. And finally, there will be Mass at the chapel. It will be held at 8 p.m. on Sunday. It's open to anybody. Anyone can come. And my place to be is, we've said it all shows, the Fall Festival. With free food and games, it sounds like a blast to me. If you're looking to make new friends or hang out with your current ones, just have a good time, the Fall Festival will be hosted by Res Life, and that will be the place to be.
All right, so my place to be is the volleyball tournament hosted by Delta Tau Delta tonight from 5 to 7:30. It is called the JDRF Clutch Volleyball Tournament. All proceeds from the event will go to Delta Tau Delta's Philanthropy JDRF. And I haven't had a chance to play some volleyball this year, Colby, out on those sand volleyball courts, so I'm very excited for tonight.
I mean, I'm terrible at volleyball, but I'm down to play it.
Yeah, so Colby, we love sports. Football is back. But yeah, so are you excited for this weekend?
I'm excited for this weekend, but the one thing I do miss is the Kmart Cup here for Century Media. Me and Ethan are on teams. I'm hoping to play it eventually. The shopping bags are going to win it all, in my opinion.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I mean, we still haven't we haven't played a game in like 2 weeks. But you know, I wish too that we were playing Kmart Cup basketball. Really looking to get back with the boys and hoop. So for Colby Sherwin, I'm Ethan Morrison. Thank you for watching RMU Focus, and we will see you next week.